And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. We've got a great lineup for you today on the day's show. Ray Hall with Ray Hall Appraisals. We're going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and the valuation process. Also, UK rolling out a digital ID. Yes, something straight out of the book of Revelation. Tampa Bay Bucks push for another $1 billion, as if we're not taxed enough already. Depending on how much public funds they want, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. You also have kind of an interesting story where this Miami homeowner used Chat GPT to sell his home, and he went online kind of praising AI and touting how he utilized AI to sell his home without a listing agent. But come to find out, the buyer agent steps up and says, hey, he probably left money on the table. So we'll talk about why AI won't replace realtors and how you're always going to need that personal touch involved in real estate transactions, especially when it gets into negotiations and some of the other factors dealing with a real estate property. So we'll talk about that as well coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty, and we always feature our real estate listings on air, part of a strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. 9901 Bay Drive in Gibsonton, another one of our beautiful real estate listings. This is a waterfront property, access to the Gulf. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,500 square foot, just under quarter-acre lot size, acre there on the lot size. You've got a short drive to downtown Tampa, and the best part, you're directly on the Alafaya River with wide open views and true boating access with waters that lead straight out to Tampa Bay. So bring your boats, bring your jet skis, enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. You've got a corner lot here with about 135 feet of river frontage and extra space and views. Vaulted ceiling, natural lighting coming through. 9901 Bay Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. Another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. How about a vacant land parcel at 10413 Main Street, Denona, Sassa? We just did another price drop here on this property. Owner motivated. We've got a commercial property, corner lot in Denona, Sassa. This is 10413 Main Street in Denona, Sassa. Great opportunity to buy real estate, buy and build an investment property for Main Street in Denona, Sassa. Almost 4 acres of land. It's a commercial property. Denona, Sassa, that whole area out there, that I-4 corridor between Orlando and Tampa, just really growing. So great opportunity to buy real estate. Hey, you can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors online at consumerqb.com. And we've got our 4th of July party coming up. We got private invites only on that one, so hit us up. We're going to have a seafood boil, Captain Will Smith and Will Smith Aviation. So that's a private invite only, so hit me up if you are a friend of the program and like to come over for that 4th of July celebration. Without further ado, Ray Hall Appraisals. He's a longtime friend of the program, and he's a valuation expert here in Tampa Bay for all things relating to appraisals and putting a value on those residential properties, commercial properties, vacant land. Heck, he's even done orange groves over the years. Ray Hall Appraisals on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. My pleasure. So I love the topic today, kind of a market update, and then we also wanted to get into AI and the valuation of real estate. How is artificial intelligence being used? And you're in the heart of it. You're doing, roughly 1,000 or more appraisals a year. So tell us what your experiences have been.
You know, it's been a great tool. Is really how we're approaching it. There's a lot of talk out there over, is it replacing people? And all I can say is, I can't speak for the future, but for right now, really what AI is it's really just an amazing tool that really just takes away some of those some of those tasks that we have to do that you don't really need that appraiser mindset. Some types of researching and things like that, or even if it's just crunching data, things like that. We're able to use it as I almost compare it to a really smart calculator. You
Okay.
know, that's kind of how it is. But you find as you use it, it really does need that kind of human being leading it,
Right.
because one thing you'll find with AI is it is very smart, but it's also very dumb.
Right. It can be, and that's why it has that disclaimer. That disclaimer says, "Hey, make sure you double check this information because it may not be accurate." Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say it's helped us with a lot of different types of projects that used to take days to do. It helps us with things like, just filling out the minutia in the reports, and even just doing research for neighborhoods, things of that nature. So it definitely has cemented its place in the valuation, arena, but it's still not replacing the appraisers out there quite yet.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, and also on Florida Realtor Magazine, the cover of Florida Realtor Magazine, it has a story about why AI won't replace you. So you can never fully replace the human condition, right? The ability to think on your feet, the ability to read emotions when it comes to negotiation, the ability
Mhm.
to understand the psychological insights behind real estate and why. And I want to go to this story because you probably heard this story, Ray. It was so it's a Miami homeowner who used ChatGPT to sell his Cooper City home, went viral with his claim that he saved the commission side on the transaction by replacing a listing agent with AI. But that's not the whole story. In reality, the buyer agent says he may have left money on the table by going solo, according to Eleanor Solovitz with Devontae Realty in Miami. She represented the buyer side of the deal. So it makes for a cool viral moment. Oh, I sold my property utilizing AI. However, what's not known is what you could have sold for had you went through a real estate agent with the full marketing plan, the personal knowledge, the neighborhood knowledge, and negotiation skills, etc., that an actual person can bring to the table. So, kind of interesting story. It caught a bunch of headlines, but hey, there's more to the story there, and it could have sold for more money, is what the buyer agent is saying. Your thoughts on that one, Ray?
Well, the thing with AI is you have to ask it the right questions, and you have to give it the right information. Now, if you're going into something, if you're not familiar with real estate transactions and you don't know what you're, shall we say, looking for or looking into, you're not going to be giving it the whole story.
Right.
Um, I don't know how many times, you can go into ChatGPT and ask it for its opinion on something, and then just give it a little bit of extra information, and it says, "Oh, well, that changes everything."
Right.
Um, Not to mention, has anyone ever gone into their AI and it said, "You know what? You're absolutely wrong, and you can't do that"? No, it agrees with everything you do, everything you say. So it's really like the worst yes man you could ever meet. I actually had to tell mine, push back.
Yeah.
If you think something's a bad idea, because I do use it when I have maybe business ideas, investment ideas, things like that. I'll run it through just to kind of get some feedback. Or sometimes if I'm in the car driving and I'm bored, it's kind of fun to talk to.
Yeah.
But you have to know that the information you're giving it is the information it needs,
Right.
and that's where the difference comes in.
Yep.
So he goes into ChatGPT and says, "I want to sell my house." ChatGPT looks in, say, Zillow or Redfin, and says, "Okay, the houses are selling for $200 a square foot. Yours is this. That's what you should sell it for." Well, was it considering concessions? Did it know about the concessions?
Right.
Did it know condition? Did it know what the condition of his was? There's a lot of different little nuances that you and I are familiar with that we know goes into a transaction that the AI probably wasn't told about, and then gave him, really an incorrect response. And again, if you don't know what you're talking about, you're also running the risk of getting the hallucination back if the AI doesn't know what it's talking about.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right.
And
That's like we've seen some stories too out of the mainstream media. I'm looking at a newspaper here, the Epic Times. It says zombie home foreclosures increase in 38 states. The number of residential zombie foreclosures in the second quarter of 2026 marginally increased from the previous quarter, with such foreclosures rising in the District of Columbia and 38 out of the 50 states. So they describe a zombie house as a home that has been vacated, essentially. The owner said, hey, we're out of here. We're upside down on the mortgage, whatever the situation might be. They got a divorce, or maybe there was a death in the family. But essentially, here's where the numbers come in, and I want to ask you about it. It says out of the country's 104.9 million residential properties, 245,376 were in foreclosure process in the second quarter. Of those, 8,312 properties, or 3.4%, were zombies, meaning the owners had abandoned the properties before the end of their foreclosure proceedings. The second quarter zombie rate was slightly higher than 3.3%. So those are pretty low numbers still, when you think about foreclosures and, the hyperbole that sometimes in the mainstream media, Ray, they always want to say, Tampa Bay, or I've done a story where they said Florida is one of the top states in foreclosures. What's your thoughts? What do you see out there, and where do you see the market going?
As for where the market's going, that's going to be a hard one. Some things have popped up recently, like the war in Iran. That's going to impact things.
Yeah.
Because of that, inflation is kind of stayed high, so they didn't lower interest rates, and all that is going to affect the real estate market, unfortunately. So, I'll be honest and be the first one to say I don't know what's happening, because a lot of these things have to play out before we know what happens. As for high foreclosures in Tampa or Florida, I haven't done a whole lot of foreclosure work recently. Maybe a couple. Anytime it's a drive-by, I always know and they say don't talk to the homeowner. I kind of know what's going on, and I haven't had a lot of those. I think I've had one or two in the past 4 months.
Yeah.
So it's not like 2014, where most of your business is going out to bank-owned houses or doing drive-bys with pre-foreclosures. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of that. So, again, people are still in their houses. People are still getting loans. People are still buying houses. Is it the same market we saw 2-3 years ago? Absolutely not. But it's holding its own, and I still think those buyers are waiting to see what happens, and some of them are out there buying and transacting. So as for foreclosures, I don't think that we're experiencing any kind of negative market at this point in time.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think if DeSantis can get this property tax relief bill done, I think we're going to see a major increase in activity. And I like what he did this week. He said, look, if you wait until after this thing passes in November, which we only have to have 60% of the vote, and again, it's just for primary residences where you lived, not commercial properties, vacant land, industrial properties, Airbnbs, none of those are included. It's just the primary residence. So if we can get that on the ballot and it passes, if you haven't purchased your real estate already, then you got to wait 5 years. So in other words, if your plan is to wait and see, and then after November buy, you're going to have to wait 5 years before you are going to have this in place. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. What's your thoughts about on that one?
I've thought about this one, and it's a difficult one, because we do have a lot of buyers who come into the state that just want to buy their vacation homes here, and it's not going to help them out any. But then again, I think, like we've seen in the past, I think people will start to make Florida their home state.
Yeah.
We've seen it where people of higher wealth come down here just because your real estate is protected, and things of that nature. So it really is going to sweeten the deal on moving to Florida. As for the waiting the 5 years, I don't know if that'll necessarily impact things, but it may, try to get some more people to start getting into the market. And especially the ones who have been sitting on the fence for the past couple of years, wondering what's going on, maybe now they're going to kind of pull the trigger and realize there's no point in waiting. I'm not saving all that much money or getting that much better of a deal.
Right.
And in fact, I'm just extending things out by sitting on the sidelines, waiting for things to happen.
Right.
So.
Yeah, if you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Ray Hall. He's the owner of Ray Hall Appraisals, online at rayhallappraisals.com. QB.com, longtime friend of the show. And Ray, talk a little bit about just generalities too. You can help people with residential properties, of course, condos, single family homes. You have commercial properties that you've done, even vacant land. You can help people put a value on all those different property types.
Absolutely. I do it, I do it all the time. I've been appraising in the Tampa Bay area now for 21 years. Residential wise, I primarily work out of Tampa Bay. For commercial, I'm licensed in 9 states. I work with other appraisers and help them complete commercial work. I've done a ton of commercial work in the state of Florida. So I've always said, if there's a property type out there, I've appraised it, and I've probably appraised some that you've never heard of. So anything you need to know for any reason. I mean, even if you're just wondering, hey, what's my property worth? Is it worth it to get a renovation on my house? Is it worth it to move right now? We can give you that value basis to help you make your decision on. Appraisals aren't just for lending. There's just a whole lot of reasons out there to kind of know where you're sitting. A lot of times, think of it this way. Would you want to not know how much money is in your bank account? Not knowing the value of your house is the same thing. You're just kind of flying blind when it comes to one of the biggest investments you've made in your life.
Right. Yeah, it's an important decision, and you can do a owner's use appraisal. Ray can do an owner's use appraisal for you on your home or any properties that you own as well, simply over the computer, over a desktop. So reach out to the show, reach out to Ray Hall at rayhallappraisals.com. You can call us at 813-917-1894, 917-1894. We'll put you in touch with Ray Hall Appraisals, and he'll do that owner's use appraisal for you. Ray, appreciate you calling in to the show, my friend, and thanks for the market update.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Always a good time.
All right, man. Take care. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Take care.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk about 9 ways AI can help realtors, and you could probably apply this to your business as well. We'll talk about that. Also, Alan Teixeira and Del Fast coming up as well on the program on the second half. Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rimes1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Quick break, right back.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
I want to tell you about our employee benefits program. This is a really cool package that we offer for employers out there. Education, guidance, incentives. So a real estate benefit that you can add for no cost. Partner with companies.
That's fine. I'm getting ready to log out.
Provide valuable real estate education, exclusive employee incentives, and trusted guidance through every step of the buying, selling, or investing process at no cost. We're going to empower your employees, strengthen your company, and build brighter futures for them. Educational seminars, first-time buyer support, employee incentives, luxury, upsize expertise, new construction, building, as well as investment opportunities. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You can reach us at 813-917-1894. Check us out online at consumerqb.com. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams.
buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show, 9 ways AI can help realtors. We're going to dive into this story, another great story out of the Realtor magazine as well. 9 ways that AI can help realtors, and it could be applied to your business. You just got to change up some of those. That does a little bit. We've got also coming up Alan Teixeira and Del Fast coming up as well on the program. We're going to talk with them here. And before we do, a couple of hot listings here on the program. 704 Brookside Drive, Clearwater. We've got a listing from Nicole on our team. This is a single-family home, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, great property for an entry-level buyer, just under quarter-acre lot, 1,371 square feet, affordable home right here in Clearwater, Florida. That's Pinellas County. 318 108th Street West, unit number 106 in Bradenton. This is a property that we've just done a recent price improvement here at 318 108th Street in Bradenton, Florida. This is in Manatee County. We've got a great listing here to check out as well. ConsumerQB.com. You can see links to all of our experts at ConsumerQB.com. All right, so 9 ways that AI can help realtors, and this, of course, could be utilized in your business. You can kind of change this up a little bit, but number 1, it says research listings in neighborhoods. So you want to look in the neighborhoods, look at the listings, and kind of get some ideas on values, trends, things like that. Develop a more robust CMA, that's a comparable market analysis, based on extra sources such as property records. Again, it's garbage in, garbage out. The better data you can give it, the better results you're going to get. Check price trends by zip code. Prep and edit the social media posts so you can put together social media posts. Role-playing strategies. Number 6, practice overcoming objections. Compare multiple offers instantly. That would have been helpful back in 01 whenever we're getting 15, 20 offers on these properties. Streamline time management and generate checklists. So AI is helping real estate agents with their jobs. They can also help you with yours as well. And we're doing a lot with Keller Williams. We have these mastermind groups that are really taking advantage of what's working in different markets. So we'll have, for example, Atlanta agents sharing, what's working with their YouTube channels or what's working with their AI strategies and platforms and listing appointments and things like that. So it's pretty cool to see, how it is changing the game somewhat. But I'm excited about this special session that Governor DeSantis called with the Florida Doge going around the state finding about $205 billion worth of wasteful spending throughout the state of Florida. The idea is that we can eliminate property taxes in Florida. And it's going to start with the 250 threshold. So it's going to be up to $250,000. That homestead exemption is going to increase from $50,000 up to $250,000. And then the next step, maybe the following year, would be up to $500,000. And that covers around 95% of all of the homes in primary residence status throughout the state of Florida. So that's going to cover a lot of people's homes, going to get that nice tax break for everyone, free up capital. It's also going to create a buying frenzy from folks coming out of state, looking to move into the state or just moving closer to the beach, closer to grandma's house or the grandkids, etc. So there's going to be a lot of transactions that I think will happen from that. So we got to make sure everybody knows, get out and vote for that in November. It is a midterm year. It's not a big presidential election year, so we got to get the vote out. 60% is all we need to get that passed. So we really want to make that happen. So make sure you reach out and let everybody know. Let's get that on the ballot. Let's get that approved. Quick break, right back. Coming up, Del Fast, longtime friend of the show, and Alan Teixeira joining us in studio. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, always helping you win in your real estate deals, also introducing your local business owners, nonprofit organizations. We talk a lot about supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. 13 years on air now, and we're a consumer advocate by day and realtors as well, helping you sell your real estate listings. We got a hot one here at Hampton Park Court in Fort Myers. This is 13451 Hampton Park Court. You've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1883 square feet, just under quarter-acre lot home. That's a single-family home. You got a water feature there with the pond view, water view. In Fort Myers, Florida, you're close to the beaches there, and you got stainless steel Bosch dishwasher. Great opportunity for a split floor plan, beautiful home. You got some newer updates as well, new roof in 23, AC replacement recently as well, and you're close to South Florida's stunning Gulf beaches, the Clearwater, the beautiful waterways there where you have dolphin-filled waters and sugar sand beaches, and in Fort Myers, Florida, close to the Bell Tower Shops, Gulf Coast Down Center as well. 13451 Hampton Park in beautiful Fort Myers, Florida. We've got another listing here at 103 Brigadoon Drive, Clearwater. We've got a motivated seller here. This one's also up for rent, so whichever happens first, for sale or for rent. 3-3-15, 36 square feet, 3-story residence with no rear neighbors. You got a low HOA fee of just $190 a month. You got a community pool, pet-friendly neighborhood as well. New laminate flooring, modern fixtures, water softener as well. Great opportunity. You're just about 8 miles from the beaches as well. Clearwater Beach, just 8 miles away. Easy access to US 19, Gulf to Bay, and McMullen Booth. You can see all of our real estate listings. We've got about 50 current listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com. That's right. Shout out to all of our troops out there overseas, our veterans, everybody that helps protect our country, our great country, and we appreciate you doing that. Shout out to our friends over at Heights Soft Wash as well, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. Heights Soft Wash, taking clean to new heights, heightsoftwash.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got Del Fast back in studio with us. Del Fast and special guest Alan Teixeira as well. He is the Sexual Integrity Project. Give us a little teaser, Del. Let's start here with you. Give us a little teaser of what we're going to talk about today, my friend.
Okay, our primary mission is housing for men and women that are coming out of prison, and so that's our what we call business, our mission through business, and that's our focus. I was introduced to Alan here back in September, and his need for housing for guys that are coming out of prison and or that are out there that might have been tagged with a sex conviction and sexual conviction, and they need a place to live, and so a lot of these guys are homeless out on the street today, and which is not a good thing. So because we're in the housing, the safe housing business, whether it's youth that are being fostered out, we have some of those. We have men that have been in prison for 20, 30 years. We've got the whole gamut across the board, and so this is just another area that really needs a lot of attention. So I've got Alan with me today, and he'll tell you about it. Yeah,
and that's a worthy cause there. The ultimate goal is to help reduce the recidivism rate. In other words, how many times these folks come out and they go back into prison, which is just, again, it's terrible for the taxpayers, it's terrible for their families, and it's nice to see the rehabilitation take place and put them back in the community and help them become contributing back into communities, citizens, earning a wage, contributing in the community?
It costs, I think, right at $60,000 a year to house one individual in prison today. That's huge, and I really don't like my tax dollars being spent that way.
$60,000 a year.
$60,000 a year
that's
per
national average.
That's
44,000 in Florida.
Florida's a little
44,000
lower.
in Florida, a little lower.
So, Alan, tell us about your project as well.
Well, let me just start by saying, this incarceration of sex crimes thing, it's not fun to talk about, but that is a growth industry.
It is.
Our society is producing people that go that way. And, something needs to change. The Sexual Integrity Project is blessed to partner with Pure Desire Ministries on several different workbooks, really. They're written by sex addiction doctors. They're very well thought out. They have provocative questions to help the student that works on them to unpack their trauma and resolve it. And this is extremely important because all of these unwanted behaviors are trauma-driven. So, we deal with it at its root. Yes, we focus on sex addiction, but the way we do it would help anybody with any addiction.
Yeah. And this is big at Tim Tebow Foundation. They just did a repost. It says new survey shows strong bipartisan support to hold tech companies accountable for online child exploitation. How much of this is internet driven? The accessibility to porn and those types of things.
Today that's huge.
Yeah.
So this process starts very young. Little guys get to be maybe 2 years old. They're restless. What do mom and dad do, right? They give them a tablet, let them start playing what are very innocent games, but those games are delivering dopamine to that child at a rate human brain really wasn't designed for. And they develop a dependency on that dopamine, and it escalates throughout their childhood to a dopamine addiction. Coming at them the other direction is their first explicit online pornography exposure.
Yeah.
Which the prepubescent mind is not prepared to consume.
Right.
It's very damaging when they see that. And the latest research says that's happening at 8 years old for boys and 9 years old for girls on average.
Yeah.
When they or anybody sees images like that, the dopamine hit the brain gets is 11 times higher than you get from gaming, social media, or tech. If they're already addicted to dopamine, you can imagine the pull they feel to look again. And we know from neurologists and brain scans that the brain changes physiologically almost immediately when they start looking at those images.
Wow.
4 hours. And if you look at the brain scan of a full-blown sex addict compared to a healthy brain and a heroin addict, it is the most atrophied, damaged of the three brains.
Say that again.
It's the most atrophied of the three brain images. It has scalloping, material missing, holes in the frontal lobe. So if you've ever met somebody who's addicted, they make poor decisions, and that may frustrate you, but they are not capable of judgment anymore.
Right.
The prefrontal cortex is diminished.
Yeah.
And the good news is for those folks that all can be restored. Dopamine is not a foreign substance. We produce it, and it is possible if you change your behavior and stop it, that your brain will fully recover. It takes about 18 months to 2 years.
Yeah, we've talked to some of the local sheriffs on the show, Gualtieri, Pinellas County, and Chad Cronisher here, and then I've seen interviews with also Grady Judd from Polk County, but they do a lot of these busts, and it just seems like an endless. Yeah. They could literally sit there and arrest people all day long if they wanted to. I mean, it's 200 plus every time they do it. And it's school teachers, it's fellow sheriff's office employees. I think one of the last ones got. It really is a challenging situation because it's just because it's so addicting is basically what you're saying, Alan.
Yes, it is. And so these young folks, and the numbers of consumption are just crazy high, but they get into these synthetic behaviors, whether it's porn or chat room or OnlyFans. There's a screen in between. They're not acting out in real life. But that behavior just worsens and deepens the sex addiction. And eventually, they're going to step out on their marriage with an affair or transactional sex and directly contribute to the sex market.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to break those behaviors alone. But in this group setting that we create, it is a solvable problem.
Yeah.
And it's actually beautiful to watch, to see a guy get turned around. It's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of it's faith-based, right, Dale? I mean, if you can say, look, this is what if you boil the Bible down to, the basics, it's wanting to feed your flesh or wanting to feed something of a higher purpose. Right? So how does faith play that role in this?
It's huge. And with our house, with our transition house that we have, 14 guys, it's a faith-based house. So the guy that comes there he understands that, and he really wants to get his life turned around. So they don't all make it, but our batting average is pretty good, and but faith has a lot to do with it, and the support of other folks. We try to get them plugged into society, and we just had a guy from our house that graduated. He came there 2.5 years ago. He graduated a little over a year ago, and he just passed away. And we're holding the service for his family, who he had been apart from for a long time. I think he spent, near 20 years in prison. And so the family has gotten back together, and it's not everyone's the story's not the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's definitely the faith-based issue. The faith part of it is a big deal.
Right.
Really
it is. It's huge because the whole show is fueled by shame, and so unwinding a shame core is one of the fundamental things we do in the recovery process. For believers, it can be a little easy because as their faith grows, when they can get to a place that they, believe that they're a beloved son of the King,
right?
Not just know it in their head, but like feel it in their heart, their bone, their blood, their marrow. When they really believe it, the shame goes away, and at that point, the behavior really it's not trauma fueled anymore or shame fueled. It's just a bad habit.
Right.
A lot easier to break.
If you just joined us, we're talking with Alan Teixeira and Del Fast here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're talking about this Sexual Integrity Project. The media, the social media site or website is 3sip.org, 3sip.org. And we're talking with founder and executive director. And Alan, you've also written a book. It's A Man's True Colors, The Path to Freedom. Tell us about that as well.
Yeah, I put that out last year in April. It's a big milestone in my life. That's really when I went public with my own background. I'm sure some of your listeners have gathered you don't step into something like this unless it comes out of your own brokenness.
Right.
And that was the case with me. The freedom and redemption that I feel on the other side of my recovery journey is just so powerful for me. I wanted to share it with my brothers.
Right.
I wanted to pour back in and help other guys.
Yeah.
Because you're most qualified to help the person you used to be.
Right.
And so that's what I do, and my wife's by my side, and she helps a lot.
And I've read his book, and it's worth reading, definitely.
Yeah, that's great. You find it online?
Yeah, it is on Amazon, but if you'd like me to get a few bucks instead of Jeff Bezos, you can
there you go, buy
website.
direct, right?
Yeah, amanstruecolors.net.
amanstruecolors.net.
Yeah, and then if you do it like that, I can sign a copy and mail it to you.
There you go, amanstruecolors.net. Yeah, and even, the late, great Charlie Kirk, he admitted to having a porn addiction, I mean, it's just a thing that happens. A lot of people, go through those phases. You look at even one of the gubernatorial candidates, Fishbach. Have you followed him much? He's one, I don't think he's going to be, probably a top 2 or 3 contender, but he put it out there that if he were to get elected, he's going to have a sin tax. So in other words, anybody making money in Florida on OnlyFans or any of those websites, he's going to tax you whatever percentage he threw out there. So, it's a problem. It's a big problem. And that's a question, as well. How big is this sex market?
Oh, it's huge. They say that sex trafficking, and really the latest good data we have is from 2014. So it's pretty aged, but $250 billion a year globally.
Yeah.
Pornography at 150. But those two industries are so inextricably linked.
Right.
I combine them into one. And if you do that, it's the largest criminal enterprise on planet Earth.
Yeah, and I wholly believe it was the open border policy of the Biden administration that really amplified that. I think there were a lot of players in that Democrat Party on the left, and possibly the right too, but they're the ones that opened the border, and they were allowing these unaccompanied minors to come across. They even changed the law, if I can recall this out of my brain here, but they actually changed the law to where you can't ask who the minors accompanied with or something. Or no, they took away DNA testing.
Yeah.
Remember, they used to test. Oh, I'm holding my nephew. Oh, is this really your nephew? Or my son. Let's test him. No, they took that DNA testing away. I mean, how bizarre is that, right? So
it's unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
It really is. All right, quick break, right back. More with Alan and Del Fast here. Sexual Integrity Project. Check out his book, A Man's True Colors, The Path to Freedom. And if you want to get involved and help out, it's a worthy cause here. Reach out to the show. We'll put you in touch with Del and Alan on how you can get in touch. Also, 3sip.org, 3SIP for Sexual Integrity Project.org, 3sip.org, consumerqb.com. Quick break, right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the Consumer Quarterback Show. Greatly appreciate everybody that calls into the show and supports the local area business owners and our mortgage real estate team. 813-917-1894. Maybe you want to support Alan and Dell here with the Sexual Integrity Project. Reach out, 813-917-1894. Seems like a good cause to me. We've got a hot listing here at 11101 Sumner Road, Mama. You've got an opportunity here for a vegetable farm. You're buying 5 acres, just shy of 5 acres here. You got a vegetable farm producing about $6,000 to $8,000 a month in revenue. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,620 square foot home on the property as well. 4.49 acres. It includes a well-maintained 1,620 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath manufactured home with central air and an open layout, close to 301, close to I-75. And it's a great opportunity to produce your own kind of, off-grid there, Dell, right? I mean, a lot of people are looking to be off-grid. I bet you, and it looks like you might have some acres behind you, so I bet if you jump that fence, you might find some turkey or hog, I don't know if that's allowed or not, but that's not in the official write-up, by the way. All right, 6374 Boatyard Drive, Hudson. You've got a vacant land parcel here right on the Gulf of America, Gulf front, right out. It's a double lot. Build your dream home right on the Gulf here, one of the largest waterfront building lots in the area, 176 feet of brand new concrete seawall and a boat ramp. So you've got your own private boat ramp. You can back your boat down, your jet ski, pop it in there for the day. 6374 Boatyard Drive, Hudson, Florida, golf cart friendly community, and of course a boaters community as well. And you're still only about 45 minutes from the airport, Tampa International Airport, short drive away. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show experts at consumerqb.com. All right, let's go into our final thoughts here. Dell, fast. Let's talk. I want to ask you again as well. You're Mishler Properties as well. You're doing some real estate spec houses. You're helping out Alan with this type of project as well. Final thought to you, sir.
Well, just we have a real passion for what we're doing, and it's 3 years of in my association with guys that are coming out of prison goes way back when I lived in Colorado. So we had a little get together. Some guys. There were 13 of us guys together here 3 weeks ago, and I was the only guy that never been in prison.
Oh wow!
Probably the only guy that should have been in prison.
Yeah, maybe should have been, right?
But it's been a pleasure working with these guys, and especially if they're serious about getting their life back together and getting on with life. It's a pleasure working with them. So our business side of it is mission through business, and so we're in the South Tampa area. We have a house. One house going up, it's near drywall right now, and it's 5,900 square feet. Probably be somewhere in the $4 million range.
That's a spec house you're building.
And
so
it's a spec house.
Yep.
So, yep. And we'll be starting some more here in a short time. So yeah.
So you're looking for vacant lots to buy down there?
Looking for vacant lots or teardowns. This one was a teardown. We bought the house, and it's been flooded and during the hurricane and just tore down.
Okay. And Alan, final thoughts, man. Back to you.
Yeah, I'd like to just tie this all together. Dell may not have realized it, but what he does plays in very strongly to a solution for human sex trafficking.
Yeah.
If we really want to understand that, we can't just look at that illicit market. You have to look at all the interactions of unwanted sexual behavior in our culture.
Yeah.
So we have the sex addiction stuff with the pornography and everything it leads to. And we have a big trauma problem.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't help the people who go to prison for these behaviors recognize that they're just going to visit that generationally in their neighborhoods and their families, and it's just going to keep going. It's this huge population of traumatized adults that can fall victim into any side of the trafficking triangle. They become traffickers and buyers and victims. They could become pornography consumers and go down that rabbit hole. But we have the technology to intersect with them, help them resolve their trauma. On the other side, they can have healthy relationships and raise secure children.
Yeah.
So that's how you break the cycle.
And,
we have to find a way to create better experiences for the children of the future, because they can't be going through the rough time the rest of us have.
That's great. Check out his book, A Man's True Colors, The Path to Freedom. And check him out at amanstruecolors.net. Alan Teixeira and Dell Fast. Thanks for coming in, fellas.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, we had Ray Hall on the front end as well. Ray Hall Appraisals, all things valuation related. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.